Beautiful morning, world. YouTube, Facebook. There's my niece. Say hey.
Hi.
She's going to an interview. We're at UPS. Sorry for the dirty windshield. Yeah, she said she's a little bit nervous. Would you say you're nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told her it's just adrenaline. She's not nervous. She's not scared. It may be fear, but fear is just false evidence appearing real. So she has nothing to worry about. She already has the job. You have the job. If you can envision it, you can create it. If you can see yourself doing it, you've already done it. It's okay. She has it. All right. Good luck, kiddo.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.
I'll be waiting.
All right.
I ain't got nowhere else to go. So I guess this is a good topic to start off with. Interviews. I'm not the most seasoned interviewee, but just go in there, be yourself, turn everything into a joke, tell them who Lacey is, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm sweating.
I know. Fight or flight. Fight or flight. Go ahead. Release that adrenaline.
I don't want to go over there.
You got it. I'll be there with you. She just graduated. So, when you head into an interview, don't do the usual, hey, what's your best your best trait, your best quality. You know, don't buy into any of that. Don't be that person that they want you to be. Be who you are. You know, be somebody who's different. You are different. We're all different. So these questions that they're asking people, you know, we already have the mindset where we have to answer them a certain way, otherwise we don't get the job. So that leads us into going into the interview. We're all saying the same exact thing. We're just in different skins. So how are they gonna pick the best person? They're gonna pick the best person who doesn't seem nervous, or who doesn't look down a lot, or who doesn't say like, or who doesn't look them in the eye. You know, they're gonna weed those people out and take the person who's keeping eye contact, you know, who's has the most confidence in themselves. But why don't you just go in there and be yourself? You know, tell them why you want the job. Be like, you don't want this job because you want to be there forever. Be honest. Nobody wants to be at UPS forever, working inside the customer center warehouse. It's redundant. Just be honest with them. Tell them you're here, you want the job, you need some money, but you're also looking for the job so that you can meet new people. You know, we meet new people every day, and you never know who you might meet. You might meet somebody, you know, on the street, or you might meet somebody at the job that could have a perspective that you've never seen, an outlook on life that you've never had, and it could change your life in a dramatic way. So go in there talking to them like that. They ask you, hey, what's your best quality? What's your best trait? I am my best quality. I am my best trait. You know, all my traits and qualities are me, and I am them. So I can't pick one over the other. Otherwise, I'll be sticking to that one quality, and I'll pick that quality over the others, thinking that's my best trait. No, they're all the same. You know, some people, theirs might be a little bit stronger, theirs might be a little bit weaker, theirs might not shine as much, but, you know, they're all the same, they're all equal. So go in there talking to them like that, and based off of these answers that you're giving to them like that, they're gonna be like, wow, this person is really different. You know, this is an actual human being. All they're doing is just looking at a piece of paper. Oh, here's your resume. Oh, okay, you worked at this job for 2 years. You've been in the warehouse. Oh, okay, you were a tutor a little bit. Okay, why do you want this job? All your resume, it means nothing. It's just a piece of paper. They're judging you already, regardless if they realize it or not. Maybe some do, maybe some don't, but they're judging you off of your resume, off of the piece of paper that's in front of them. So if you don't answer the questions based off of what you put on the resume, you're not gonna get the job, or they're not gonna like you. So, you know, I would recommend, or what I've done is I just go in there and I tell them, don't worry about the resume. You know, I am not my resume, or I am my resume, but my resume is not me. You know, yes, those are my jobs. Those are jobs that I've had in the past, but they don't make me who I am today. You know, I'm not my previous jobs. You know, I am the person. So you look at me and you talk to me and you take what I have to say. Don't look at my piece of paper. It's nothing. But also to go along with that, well, not to go along with it, we're gonna get off of that for now. Let me know what you guys think about that, and just stop what you're doing. Look up at the sky or go outside and look at the view. You know, when was the last time you've gone outside to look at the clouds? When was the last time you just sat down and listened to the birds chirp, you know, whistle along with them? When was the last time you admired the mountains, looked at a flower, you know? When was the last time you took a picture of something you thought was beautiful? You know, you're driving, you see something, you're like, oh man, that's really nice, and you just pull over and you take a picture. All it takes is a second. You know, you take a picture, you take that memory with you, and you can show it to others, and others will be like, oh man, that's beautiful, because you don't know how it could touch somebody. Somebody could look at that and be like, man, I really like that. Where'd you go to get that? And I'm pretty sure most phones now, they have the location on it. So if you have a location set, you can give them the exact location. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to remember where you took it at. And then they're going to want to do it. And you might change their life in some way. That might become their spot that they go to. Their spot that they go to read, to just pull over, you know, look out there, try to catch the sunset in that view, and just breathe in nature, meditate, relax, unwind. So take a second to step outside yourself and just admire the view and embrace the beauty that's all around us, because life is something that shouldn't be taken for granted. Life is something that should be not taken for granted, but something that should be cherished. It's a blessing each second that we're alive. You know, we could have no arm, we could have no leg, we could be in a wheelchair, we could be hooked up to an oxygen tank for all our lives, we could be like this one girl that I seen on the news, who she just graduated and she couldn't let the sun touch her skin because I think it gave her like 3rd-degree burns or something like that. We could be really inconvenienced. So just take a second to look at the conveniences that we do have. You know, we're walking, we're talking, we're not blind, you know, we're not deaf, our tongue isn't cut out. We don't have speech impediments. We can wake up, we can look at our children, we can see them laugh, we can look at the things that they do that irritate us. You know, why would you do that? I just told you not to do it. You just broke that, you just spilled that. You know, we can do all that. We're able to be frustrated with our children, with each other, with the ones we love, but you know, take that frustration and embrace it. But like, you know what? I could have not been alive today, and I wouldn't have been able to be frustrated with you. I wouldn't have been able to clean up after you, and you know, take the time to tell the one that you love them. You know, tell your children that you love them, hold them, do something with them. You know, make them laugh, hang them up from the ceiling by their toes like a bat or something. You know, just take the time to appreciate what you have and who you have in your lives, because you never know, you could lose it. You could be with somebody 1 minute and they're gone, or you're gone, or you know, you guys break up. So just take the time to really cherish and treasure these things that we have, and also just take a second to close your eyes, ask yourself, you know, who am I? Who's Denzel? What do I want to do with my life? Where am I going with my life? How am I going to go about getting to where I want to be with my life? How am I going to go about getting to this goal that I have set out for me? You know, when you close your eyes and you're asking yourself these questions, the thing that first pops into your head, or maybe the second thing, or third thing, or all of them, really, you know, how are you envisioning it? How do you see yourself doing it? Like for me, I want to be a speaker. I close my eyes, and I don't even have to close my eyes at this point. I just see it, and I'm talking on the stage. You know, I'm talking right now. I'm talking to somebody. You know, I talk to everybody. I talk to people every day, regardless if I know them or not. I just stop them. Hey, how you doing? You know, what are you doing? What's your goals? What are your dreams? What's some advice? One person I talked to told me that his advice for younger people or people in general is to not go straight into school. Travel a little bit. Of course, you need money to travel, but work a job. Travel, see things that you've never seen before. He was somebody who didn't like to travel. He was like, oh, I travel, just little places in and out of California, but he thought that was traveling, and he actually started traveling. He went to some out of state, that's really cold, and I can't really remember, but I know that's pretty bad that if you talk to people you can't remember certain things they say. But I talked to a lot of people, so he was saying that he did some traveling, and it was partly encouraged by the person that he got with, but he shortly found out that he loved to travel, and that's all he was doing, finding jobs where he can travel to meet new people, see new things, see the beauty in this world. So definitely travel, get out, don't fall into what the world believes as you have to do this to get things done. You have to go to school to make something of yourself. No, you don't have to go to school. If you want to go to school to better yourself educationally, or to get this piece of paper that says you can get this job that you may think you want at the time and you find out that you really don't need, if you want to go to school for that, I'm not knocking it. Go ahead and do it. But also use it as an experience. Use it to open up your minds and open up your perspectives, See that the things that you're doing already in your life, those pertain to all the job titles are in this world, whether it's photography, producing, counseling, tutoring, all kinds of things, really. You just have to take a second to look at your life, look at where you've been, look at the things you've been doing, and then you can put that perspective on it. You be like, wow, I've done this all my life already. I might not have a specific job title, but I've done it all my life. So when you get to that grander scale, you can look back on these past experiences and you'll say, you know what, I can do this. I know I can do this. I've already done it. How can I fail? It may be a little bit harder because it's something that's on a bigger scale and you haven't done it, but fail your way to success. You're never gonna get anything right on the first time you do it. If you do get it right, then kudos, good job. You worked really hard. But if you fail, we all have to fail in order to know how we can do something better. That's first and foremost. That's irrefutable. There's no way you can get around that. We're not perfect. Unless you have a mentor who trains you in it, and when you actually go to do it, 9 times out of 10, you may accomplish it, but somebody teaching you something, you doing it firsthand, is completely different, because when you do it firsthand, all the teaching could go out the window. It could stick with you, but you still got to wrap your head around doing it physically. So, you might know things and you might try to do it, but it might be hard for you to do it. So you don't succeed in that area. You might succeed overall on the job about 75-80% wise, but that little area could be like the missing 20%. So, just look at failure as success. Failure is its own success, because you tried it already. You tried it. So you succeeded in trying. You may have succeeded in failing, but at least you failed and you know what you can do to get better. So take the time to, talk to people that's around you, see where they've been, see the things that they've done. Talk to them, get to know their experiences. Who are they as people? What kind of advice can they give you? We've all done different things in our lives, and don't look at age as a factor for experience. Experience is ageless. Age is just something that's on the flesh. The soul is ageless. The soul is limitless. The soul is where all your experience is. So, you could talk to a little kid that's like 8 years old, and that little kid could have been through some things that, you've never been through, and you're 27. So don't look at age as a determining factor to talk to people about their experiences. Even when you see little kids, just talk to them like, hey, how's your day? How's it going? You don't have to get all really personal like you would with an adult, but, talk to a little kid, see how they're doing. Ask them how they're doing at home. Ask them if everything is okay, if there's anything they want to talk about, because they might have something that's wrong with them that you can personally help them with something that you've done in your past, or something that you've been through, something that you've seen, something that you've heard, something that you've witnessed. So, you know, the things that you've thought about and the things that you've envisioned, you've already done it in your mind. So that's already the battle right there. You've already done it. You're doing it in your mind. Now you're just materializing it in front of you. You know, whatever you envision, you can create. And a really good friend of mine, my best friend actually, her name is Divine. She came up with the saying that if every conversation were a step, if every conversation were a step, ask yourself, where am I going? And to me, that's very powerful. So if you guys made it this far in the video, you know, let me know your opinions on that question. You know, give me your answers. What does that mean to you guys?